Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter over here in the town of Quincy. We have a protest going on. A lot of state police and police officers over here, so let's see what they get. Here to document what we see. I guess they have a private event going on in there. We'll find out more information about that later on.
Too many yum-yums out there putting rounds down range. Not good.
What's going on, man? Working hard over there? Working hard today? Starting up? All right, cool. I like that. All right. You might know this guy on camera right here. You might know him. You may not. I don't know. Is it? Are they checking the guest list to make? Is that what they're doing? What's up, man?
How's it going? How are you?
What's up?
That's Proctor. No, he's not. Did this people car? The one that's right in front of me.
And just so you know, I got the resistance with me. He's not out here yet, but you see him out here later on. He's around doing a little extra work. But the resistance is also out here on YouTube. They're gonna have protesters all around over there. Matter of fact, that's the resistance over there. But you see him come over shortly. I guess they're having a private event inside. They're not too sure of all the details of that event. I guess it's by invitation only. So I can't walk inside if I want to, can I?
Well, I don't know. It was posted on Facebook. So where do they send out the invitations?
I don't know. So
I mean, it's a pub.
if I walk in, will they allow me in? I don't know. I should ask them, right? Can I go in there?
Yeah. So what if you want to go to Adam's Pub and get something to eat?
Yeah, I should ask them that. Let me see. I find out. I find out if it's guests only or how it's set up. It looks like he's checking people on the list, but hey.
Did you want to hold this?
I can hold it for a little while.
No.
Okay. Let me find out if that's invitation only. How that's set up. Or just say private event on there.
Next time we just want to announce it. There we
What's up,
go.
Turtle Boy? You know who I am?
No.
External Affairs Porter on YouTube.
You what?
External Affairs Porter. I watch your stuff all the time.
Oh, okay, excellent.
Good man. So how do you get it? You have to have an invitation only?
Invitation only.
Oh, okay.
Or a registered guest.
Registered guest. Gotcha. So I don't know if I'm on the list. Should I check to see if I'm on the list first?
I don't know.
No. I wasn't even messing with you. I guess it is invitation only. It does say invitation only on the thing right there. I'm not too sure exactly what that is, but we'll figure it out. So you guys know who Turtle Boy is. I don't know if you guys know Turtle Boy, but that is Turtle Boy. He's been as a matter of fact, he's won some awards as a journalist.
We're here for justice for John L. King and free Karen Reed. Because the scumbag who is responsible for this sham prosecution and the cover-up of the murder of a Boston police officer is going to be rattling his fat butt inside this hotel to stuff sausage down his face with his other corrupt scumbag friends. And we're here to remind him because he wants us to stop. I don't know if you guys heard that the other day. Michael Morrissey made a little video, a cute little front-end video, and he said, you guys need to stop. You need to be nice to Jen McCabe. And you're hurting Colin Albert, 18-year-old Colin Albert's feelings. Bang Bang got his feelings hurt. You gotta be nice to him. They can't even kill a cop and get away with it without having their feelings hurt. And he told us all to stop. They want you to stop. Are you getting you are excellent. Colin was in the house, just FYI. He was in the house. They're going to tell you that Colin Albert was not in that house. He was in that house. It's indisputable. John O'Keefe was inside 30 Fairview Road. It's indisputable. The data shows that. Here we go. Justice for John O'Keefe. Free Karen Reed. I love seeing the people down here. This is great to see. So, John O'Keefe was in that house. They're telling us that he's not, even though the data shows that he is, because suddenly, Apple, a billion-dollar corporation, hey, we won't stop, let's go. A billion-dollar corporation that could probably launch a rocket ship suddenly has, I don't know if you guys noticed this, anybody go over any speed bumps on the way here? But apparently when you go over a speed bump or you go up a ramp, it's the same thing as going upstairs. That's what they would have us believe, that Apple is the most incompetent company in the history of mankind. Your phone is completely useless. When you're calling one person, you're actually calling a different person. That's what they would have us believe. It just doesn't work. So then why do they sell the phones then? Why do we even use these things? Why is it freaking Apple? Of course it works. Of course it works. John O'Keefe was in that house. Karen Reed is a witness. She saw him go inside that house. Ryan Nagel, by default, was saying that John O'Keefe went inside 34 Fairview Road because Ryan Nagel pulled up right behind Karen Reed, right behind her. And was John inside the car? No. Was John outside the car? No. Did John go for a blizzard walk in the middle of Fairview Road in the middle of the night? A drunk walk? No. Because John O'Keefe was inside that house. And while Karen Reed was waiting for him outside, waiting for that text to say, it's all good, the text never came because John was being beaten to death inside that house. And Colin Albert was inside that house. And we don't know who delivered that fatal blow to the back of his head. We don't know who delivered that fatal blow to the back of John's head because no one was ever questioned by police. We didn't even know, they hid the fact that Colin Albert was even in that house. The homeowner, Brian Albert, a Boston police sergeant, a trained first responder, who thought that his daughter, Caitlin, had gone out for the night, suddenly wakes up and finds out there's a body on his lawn because John McCabe called him. Hey! Yes! Because Jim McCabe called him and gave him a heads up and said, there's a body on your front lawn and Karen's here, don't come outside. And hung up. We saw the 7 and 8 second calls that she made to him immediately after getting off the phone with 911, while Karen Reed was the only one in that car that actually tried to save John O'Keefe's life.
Some first responder he was.
Some first responder he was. How'd you like, don't die near Brian Albert. I hope you don't crash your car near Brian Albert, because he ain't doing anything. He's gonna sleep it off. He'll get back to you. Maybe you guys just, if everyone in Camden could die when Brian Albert's awake, that would be really convenient for him. He doesn't like to be woken up. He's a deep sleeper. When there is a man-eating dog barking at the top of his lungs, and a screaming woman outside, and multiple first responders outside, and radios going everywhere, he sleeps right through it. He's a really deep sleeper, and so is Brian Albert Jr., and so is Nicole Albert, and so is Caitlin Albert, and everyone else who is still in that house. We don't know who is in that house. Because Michael Brockman was supposed to get the geofence data, and he just never did it. He didn't feel like doing it. And if a judge isn't going to hold him responsible and make him do it, then it's just not going to get done. The fix is in. They are testing the system right now to see if they can literally get away with murder. But they can't. They can't get away with murder. We're not letting them get away with murder. And it makes us wonder, how many times have they done this before? This was way too easy for them. They did this in about 10 minutes between John getting knocked out and them figuring out what the plan was. Didn't take very long, just dump him out there. It was almost like they've done it before. How many crimes have these people committed? Why is Michael Morrissey, I know he looks stupid. We all know Michael Morrissey looks stupid. He sounds stupid. He's not the brightest bulb in the world, but he's not so stupid that he thinks that Karen Reed killed Jonathan. Literally no one believes that. Even local moron Carl Duvall does not believe that. Nobody believes that Karen Reed actually did this. Which should tell you something. He's willing to go forward with this case, knowing damn well that Karen Reed didn't do this, because he's protecting the people who did. Which makes you wonder, what does Brian Albert have on Michael Morrissey that would get him to do something like this? We know that Michael Morrissey's got a whole bunch of skeletons in his closet. Every cop in Norfolk County knows. These guys, they know. Everybody knows that Michael Morrissey is corrupt. That Michael Morrissey went out for a little drive in 2013 in Milton, and he ordered a pizza. And then all of a sudden, passed out. Don't you hate that when you order a pizza at 5:30 in the afternoon, and then you just pass out behind the wheel of your car, and you cause a 4-car accident in Milton? Well, that happened to Michael Morrissey. And he never showed us. I never saw any tests for alcohol. I never saw it. Oh, there it is. That's a murder mobile right there. Watch out for that thing, guys. That's a Lexus, that'll kill you. And that's a picture with, I'll tell you. Watch your arms around that thing. It comes with teeth. It comes equipped with teeth. Oh, watch out. So, back to Michael Morrissey. This is not his first. Yeah, here she is. This is not his first. Yes. This is not Michael Morrissey's first excursion into corruption. Let's not forget that in 2011, his buddy, his pal, his campaign donor, a fellow by the name of William O'Connell, was accused by a 14-year-old girl of exchanging sex for cocaine. And that's Morrissey's good buddy. And she came and she told the police about it, and she ended up dead a couple years later in a car accident, of course, in Baltimore. And his buddy had the charges ultimately dropped against him because the victim is dead. These are the kind of people that Michael Morrissey associates with. Diddlers, killers, corruption, pedophiles, scumbags, bang-bangs, those kind of people. Those are the people that Michael Morrissey stands for. There she is. We're not going to stop. We don't stop. We will not stop. So Michael Morrissey, I don't know what people are doing here, because I don't know if you guys saw the tape. Michael Morrissey told you. He told you. He wants you to stop. Are you guys going to stop? No. We're not going to stop. We're never going to stop, Michael Morrissey. I hope you know this. You want this to go away? Your stupid speech made you a national laughing stock. But we're going to on Court TV here tonight, a panel of attorneys heard Michael Morrissey's speech for the first time and they laughed at him. He's a joke. He doesn't care that he's a joke. I've never heard the guy speak before. Or, I don't want to say poor, but Lunchbox Lally, we all like to laugh at him. But like I said to him on the courthouse steps, are you in on the cover-up? Or are you going to stooge? And the answer is useless government stooge. They threw in their worst picture on a game, on the second game of a doubleheader that they had no intention of winning. And they're like, we'll just throw Adam Holly out there. He'll take one for the team. He'll put the hair gel in. Bobby will pass the punch box. And, we'll lose. But at least Brian, Colin Albert will never go to jail. That is why they're doing this. This whole prosecution, Michael Morrissey knows that he cannot convict Karen Reed. There is overwhelming evidence of her innocence. She clearly did not do this. Yet he's going forward anyway. Because Michael Morrissey does not care if John O'Keefe gets done. Michael Morrissey wants. That's what I love. Michael, Colorado was in the house. It's a fact. It's a fact. But it's just a kid. I don't know if you guys are watching it, but my friend Chicken Bomb Charlie didn't show up. He wasn't there to call me a loser. It's really sad. But I stood there for an hour outside the DNA Pizza, and everybody is watching. Overwhelming support for what we're doing. Everyone in that town appreciates what we're doing. We are making national headlines. We are getting the attention of everyone. Our protest outside of the courthouse, what we're doing now, all of this is getting documented. And when this is all said and done, we are going to be a very big part of the story because we made it impossible to do what they wanted to do. And that was to cover up this murder. They wanted to keep this on the down low. And to their credit, for the first 15 months or so, I didn't know who Karen Reed was. I vaguely remember the incident happening, but I didn't really remember. I couldn't tell you her name. And then I read about this story, and I was in shock. And I'm sure I had the same reaction that a lot of you people had, because you trusted the system. You believed that the district attorney's office, you can trust them. They're not going to cover up a murderer and frame an innocent person. The police wouldn't do that, but clearly they will. They are. And Michael Proctor is obviously a horrible scumbag cop who deserves to spend the rest of his life rotting in prison. But so are every single trooper that is signed. Oh, are they with us? Oh. So,
Inside the fence base.
Funny what's actually going on and innocent women on the airport. You think that's funny?
We won't stop!
Do you think
We
that's
won't
funny?
stop! We won't stop!
We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! Look at this scumbag. We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! How can you work for such a scumbag like Michael? How do you sleep at night, sir? How do you sleep at night knowing Michael Morrissey's a scumbag? If you're going in there, just know that Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. If you're going in there, let him know that. Michael Morrissey covers up the murders of police officers. Michael Morrissey is a coward. Michael Morrissey is a liar. Michael Morrissey is why this sham is happening in the first place. Michael Morrissey hasn't been challenged in an election since the beginning of time. He's never had a real job since the age of 22. He's been feeding like a pig at the trough as a public servant, running unopposed in election after election, going from state rep to state senator, going out for dinners, a lot of dinners, hanging out with his corrupt friends, going out, probably hanging out with, oh, here we go, drinking too much. Justice for Karen Reed. Justice for John O'Keefe. We need it now. So this is the only way in, correct? So he's got to go by. So the question is Michael Morrissey, Does he drive his own car? He's dangerous behind the wheel, folks. I hope for his sake he doesn't drive. Because when Michael Morrissey drives, he has a tendency to order pizza and just pass out. Don't you hate that? When you're just driving along, I mean, it's 5:32. This is right around the time where Michael Morrissey has a tendency to pass out behind the wheel of a car while completely sober. And his good buddy Joe Early in Worcester, who, you know, he might have covered up a couple, heroin-related incidents for the judge's daughter here or there. But he can be trusted too. Joe Early, yeah, his dad is a congressman too. Joe Early's office looked into it. And as it turns out, Michael Morrissey just faints behind the wheel sometimes. But it was only one time. It never happened again. It was a one-time occurrence. It was a justice for... Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. We're not stopping. Michael Morrissey wants us to stop, but we're never... Look at these people ain't stopping. Oh, look at this. Michael Morrissey just told all these people to stop. But here they are. They didn't listen to you, Michael Morrissey. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Nothing, Michael Morrissey. You're going to do nothing. You're going to make another video embarrassing yourself. We're going to lock you. We're going to keep exposing you to the scumbag that you are. And we will never, ever, ever stop. If there was any chance that I was even thinking about stopping, which there was not, that was ruined when you made that video. That video ignited a fire within all of us. That's why we're here right now. You told us to stop. How dare you? How dare they? How dare they tell us to stop? We are free people living in a free country. We have fundamental liberties. Never gonna stop. Never going to stop. Well, can't stop, won't stop. If anybody's got a boat, I think they're going to be on the gazebo out there, hanging out in the Neponset River. So if anybody wants to go by, have some fun. They can't hide from me on the boats. But yeah, Michael Morrissey, if he just got reelected again with 98% of the votes, no one runs against him because it's a one-party state and corrupt people like him just, God forbid Michael Morrissey get a real job. He's not talented enough to do that. He sees actual talented attorneys in his courtroom, like, you know, David Yannetti and Alan Jackson and Liza Little, and what does he want to do to them? He wants to gag them. How about the irony of that? Let's not forget, these scumbags tried to gag Karen Reed's attorneys a few months ago. They actually, with a straight face, filed a motion asking Karen Reed's attorneys not to be able to talk to the press anymore. Okay? And then the how dare they speech happened. And then we happened. Let's give ourselves credit for that too. Auntie Bev was doing nothing but handing the defense a bunch of L's after L's. And it seemed like there was nothing they could do. And then hundreds of people showed up at Norfolk Superior Courthouse. And we made our voices heard. And Auntie Bev realized, oh crap, people are actually watching this. I can't do this anymore. I have to actually pretend to be a little bit there. Yes. Come here? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. God bless you. So, they thought that they could stop us, that they could, we'll just go away. But every single thing they do makes us want to come out more. And we're not ever going to stop, Michael Morrissey. I know you want us to stop. You told us like 3 times to stop. You told us to stop being mean to Colin Albert. Well, I've never even seen Colin Albert because he doesn't come out in public anymore.
Wendy coming?
Is Wendy?
Tell them.
I don't think so.
Loser.
Yeah. So it's Boston cops? So Boston cops know that John O'Keefe was murdered by Brian Albert. Every Boston cop knows the name Brian Albert. He's a notorious scumbag. He tries to sleep with everyone's wife. He punches other cops like Eddie Hernandez at Christmas time, mind you. Every Boston cop knows that Brian Albert is a scumbag. And every cop knows that if John O'Keefe was killed by anybody but another Boston cop, then they would be flooding that courthouse every time. Like the Weymouth police do. Like the Weymouth police gonna go in the house and investigate. I mean,
No problem.
in the house.
Right.
Nobody's like, he's not being accused of murder. He was in the house. He was standing out the window doing what he always do, watching traffic. But nobody's accusing him of murder. So what's wrong with being in the house? John wasn't killed in the house because Karen did. That's what you tell us. Karen Reed did this. So why are they suddenly so adamant? I don't know. They were never saying, well, no one wasn't in the house. I didn't hear about this thing until like 2 weeks ago. That became, they must have had a group email. Like, all right, we're going to push here's the narrative today. Colin wasn't in the house. Colin wasn't in the house. And there's only one reason that they suddenly wanted to push the narrative that Colin wasn't in the house. And that's that Colin is in trouble. That Colin is a serious suspect in an FBI investigation of the murder and cover-up of a murder of a Boston police officer. And they continue to try to save him and lie to him. They protected him the entire time. Nobody even knew he was in the house until Uncle Brian accidentally said something at the grand jury in April of 2022. So we're all people saying, Colin wasn't in the house. Talk to Uncle Brian. He's the one who put him in the house. Or, how about you just show your geolocation data? Why don't we do that? Why doesn't Michael Proctor, the state trooper, Michael Proctor, just show, put it in order for the geofence data? But he never did it. He never did it because he knows what that geofence data is going to show. He knows that that geofence data is going to show that Colin Albert in that house with Brian Albert, Cole Albert, Brian Albert Jr., Caitlin Albert, probably Tracy Morris, Matt McKay, Jim McKay, probably a whole bunch of other people up to and possibly including Chris Albert. Because Chris Albert in a couple of those reports accidentally went that he went there too. So we don't know who was in there. But until we find that out, we can't find out who did this to John. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Colin Albert didn't deliver the fatal blow to John O'Keefe. It's not my job to find out who delivered the fatal blow. That's not it. They all look the same. I would recognize Michael Proctor. That I pray to see that guy. I pray to see that punk. That punk Michael Proctor. That punk Michael Proctor. That fake punk Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor won't come and see me. Michael Proctor wants no part of me. I come to Michael Proctor's house and he hides behind his wife and children like the punk that he is. Michael Proctor's a punk. He knows what he's doing. He's covering up the murder of a Boston police officer. He's framing on it, and he won't even face me because he's a punk. Michael Proctor, I cannot emphasize that enough, is a punk. And he's going to jail, and he knows it. How can he do that to his poor family? How can he do that to his poor kids? Do something so evil and heinous. Yes, justice for Sarah. Free Sarah. But you know what? It's not just like Proctor. When you're married to somebody like Lizzie Proctor, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with a wife like that? Lizzie Proctor likes to call people to work with. Imagine that. The wife of a detective in the Massachusetts State Police is calling up people's employers because they left Facebook comments critical of her husband because I guess they don't like murder. They don't like covering up murder. And they're like, yeah, I don't like covering up murder. So Lizzie Proctor picks up the phone. I'm gonna start, no. Why are you hiring this person? This person doesn't like murder. And this person is saying mean things about my husband because he's still the cop, because he's covering up the murder of a police officer. And she just won't let him in. You should fire him. They should be destitute for that. No, Lizzie, you should be destitute. You and your husband are a disgrace to parents everywhere. You have 2 little kids, and you're jeopardizing your future and theirs because you want to cover up for some punk like Colin Albert and like Brian Albert. And the rest of the punks who killed John human being. He was 46 years old. He had a lot of living left to do. He was a Boston police officer. He was on the force for almost 2 decades. He served the public. And they decided, maybe accidentally, maybe maybe a fight happened, maybe something seriously accidentally did go on. I don't know. There's been no investigation. Whatever it is. What's that? Oh, yeah, okay. I can't believe you said that for me. Read the room, pal. Read the room.
Let's go to cut.
Yes, it is. Most un-American thing, he says, to take.
Most un-American thing to take someone's freedom.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. An innocent person living their life, and they decide.
I didn't serve this country for them to take people's freedom.
Absolutely. That's what our founding fathers fought and died for. It is not the military service. Military empires are never existing. Their life, liberty, and property. So that some punk like Michael Carter to come along and cover for his She did everything right, as a matter of fact. She was the only one that actually tried to save us. Probably in a catatonic state, bleeding out in the house, and they said, this guy, if this guy lives, he's going to be arrested. And where did I get a from? So let's just throw him on the line and blame her because, you know, we should just let him die. You know what we've done. You know, they probably convinced themselves that that was the humane thing to do. You're there. Bring him out. He's not going to want to look after this anyway. And then we just blame her. She's ready to go. And she can say it's an accident, and she's got no criminal record, and she can do 6 months and take some probation, and everyone goes home happy. And everybody goes home happy. But then they decide to boo! And they decided to get a little greedy. What do we got? Oh, those Morrissey support. Those are Morrissey supporters. Boo! How can any first responder support Michael Morrissey? What a disgrace. John O'Keefe was a human being, but he was also a police officer. He was also a police officer, and there's a certain unwritten code, right, about people murdering cops.
You don't do it.
You don't do it. You don't do it. Police don't put up with that crap. There's certain rules, unwritten rules that come along with that. But with John O'Keefe, I've been to the last 3 or 4 court hearings. I have not seen a single uniformed officer the entire time. And that tells you something. That tells you something. They know they're not participating in this race. The Boston police know this is a sham. The Boston police know who killed John O'Keefe. They don't support this sham prosecution of an innocent woman. If any member of the Boston Police Department thought that Karen Reed was responsible for this, they would be at every hearing. They would be at every hearing, but they're not. But they're not because they know what happened. They know what happened. Everyone watching, we got 1,300 people there on the YouTube. Everybody knows what happened to John O'Keefe. And Karen did nothing wrong except try. The only thing she's guilty of is trying to save his life. Waking up in the middle of the night, petrified about where John was, and calling the devil herself, Jen McCabe, to try to look for answers. She's fallen off the face of the earth. I haven't seen Jen since we were hanging out at the Billerica lacrosse game a couple months ago, and then all of a sudden she stopped coming to court dates. Love it. Man, people are fired up. So, what time? What do we have? 5 o'clock right now? 5:07. So I don't know. Yeah, he's probably. Yeah, that's true. It's 5 o'clock. It's getting late for him. He's probably been hitting the sauce all day.
Check his BAL at the door.
Does he even drive? Does he even have a license? I mean, watch out for him on the road. They say Karen Reed's a bad driver. At least she doesn't pass out behind the wheel in the middle of the day after a one-time episode that never came back again. Luckily, thank God, whatever happened to Michael Morrissey that day, it was just a one-time thing. He doesn't paint cars. He stopped painting in cars. Okay, so we're good. It's just a one-time thing. But we see a lot of the freak. I mean, I'm seeing free Karen Reed stuff everywhere. And I live in Holden. There's a town right next door to me, Hubbardston. Driving through there the other day on Route 68, boom, free Karen Reed sign. This stuff is everywhere. So we need to continue to spread the word. Every single person in Norfolk County needs to know the truth about Karen Reed and John O'Keefe. We are trying to affect the jury pool. We are. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. You know why? Because when you're trying to do the opposite, they're trying to do the opposite because they know the less people that know about this, the better. They don't want people to know the truth. All we're doing to a potential jury is just telling them what happened. What's so wrong with that? Why are they so afraid of facts? Why are they so afraid for a bunch of innocent people? They sure don't like to talk. The truth will set her free, and the truth will get them in a buttload of trouble. And these cowards don't have it in them to man up and take one for the team. Now, it's like, I can understand the fear of going to jail for life. I get it. I get that fear. The losing a family, I totally get that. But it's one thing if you wanted to get away with something like this, and just nobody went to jail, and nobody got caught. But what they want to do is they want to avoid going to jail by sending someone else to jail. Do you realize how sadistic you have to be okay with that? To go to sleep every night knowing that some poor innocent woman is sitting in a cell rotting away. It's just rotting away. And they're all okay with that. I can't. Something is rotten. It's not a family, it's a cult. Yes, justice for Karen. Justice for Karen John. Yes, 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 yes. Everybody knows. Everyone in Norfolk County. Yes, everyone. Potential jurors are right there. Look at all these potential jurors. You like that, Adam Lally? You like that, Michael Morrissey? We are getting to your potential jury pool. You told us to stop because we're too effective. But we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. We're going to go stronger. We're going to be protesting all over the place. You thought July 25th at the courthouse was a circus. Wait till September 15th, buddy. Wait till September 15th. I already booked the hotel room. I'm going to be there bright and early. I'll be there like 7 o'clock. We'll be making bagels out there and drinking coffee. We are ready, man. We are ready. We are going every single hearing, and so is the media. I don't know if you guys noticed that, Michael Morrissey, but the media is starting to show up a lot more. You got Matt Gutman. He wasn't there earlier, but he was at the last court hearing. You got Dateline and everyone, because, oh yeah, you're going to be on Dateline. And this is going to be the only episode in the history of Dateline in which the investigative detective, the lead detective, and the district attorney's office don't participate. Every Dateline episode, whoever the lead investigator is, they're the main character. They're the main character. This one, the main character doesn't have anything to say because he's got too much to hide, because the main character, the lead investigator, is the bad guy. He is the monster. And Michael Proctor, yes. Justice for John O'Keefe. Oh, why? Because he's from New Jersey? Yeah, how could that fool us? So, we're still waiting for Michael Morrissey to come in. Maybe he got here early. See, this is why I don't like tipping him off. Because we got a whole... I was planning on going in there and having a beer with him and talking about why he's covering up for a bunch of bloodthirsty murders. Yes. But, you know, I also thought bringing a crowd out was worth it. So it was worth it to tip him off. It's worth it to see all you great, fine people here. Boo! Boo! Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. You're a scumbag if you support Michael Morrissey. You're just as bad as he is. He covers up for cop killers. He sends innocent people to jail. He's a scumbag. Yes. Yes. So for anybody watching right now that's like, what the heck is this whole thing about? I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep at this hotel here. What is going on? We mean you no harm. We are here because an innocent woman by the name of Karen Reed is being framed for the murder of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, who was killed at the home of another Boston police officer named Brian Albert. And the whole thing has been covered up and framed. They're framing an innocent woman. Yes, free Karen Reed. Let's go. I urge you, just Google it. Just Google Karen Reed, and you're going to be horrified at what comes up. Yes, Colin was in the house. Never forget that. Colin Albert was inside that house. And John, more importantly, John O'Keefe was inside that house, ladies and gentlemen. John O'Keefe was inside that house. The facts are undeniable. And you know I knew that Michael Morrissey was a scumbag. I don't even know much about this guy. I couldn't tell you who the DA in Norfolk County was. The only one I knew was Rachel Rollins because she's a recurring character on Turtle Boy. But I didn't really know who Michael Morrissey was before this. So when I first found out about the story and I saw the Google search and the Apple Health data and I saw the autopsy photos and I'm like, this is getting dropped, obviously. Obviously, this cannot continue. And then a couple days later, his office announces, we're not dropping anything. It was at that moment that I knew just how corrupt people were. And every day it gets worse. Every day I find something worse about these people. Every single day. And imagine, for over a year, Karen Reed was doing this with just her and her attorneys, right? Yes. Karen Reed was doing this with just her and her attorneys. And her attorneys are very good. They're very good. But I'm sure it must be mentally draining where every time you get another piece of evidence proving you're innocent, they just double down. And they go harder because they're evil. What I saw out of Michael Morrissey in that video the other day wasn't just corruption. I looked in the face of evil, of somebody who was willing to put an innocent person in jail for the rest of their life, and who went out of his way to tell us to be nice to these murderers. Yes. Woo. It's finally hot.
We won't stop!
Pride, right?
We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop!
We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop! We won't stop!
We won't stop!
We won't stop! We won't stop! You hear us, Michael Morrissey? We're disregarding your suggestion. We're bad boys and girls. You told us to stop, but we didn't. We just came harder. And we're going to keep doing it every single time. We don't take directions from corrupt scumbags, okay? You're not my mommy, but I am your daddy, and I'm in charge now, okay? You are not going to tell us what to do. You are not going to tell us to stop. That is only going to want to make us do it more. I know you'd like it. Oh, you'd really like it if we stop, Michael Morrissey. You would love it if we stop. But we're not going to. We're not going to stop because I can't rest with that on my soul knowing an innocent woman goes to jail for the rest of her life for something that is plainly obvious to everyone with a functional brain that she did not do this. And I've made this analogy before. I made this analogy last night. And guys, I'm going to be going on every show. I'm going on Grace Curley tomorrow to talk about this. We're going to reach new audiences constantly because there's a lot of people that don't know about this. And we need to reach everyone in every medium possible. Not everyone's on Facebook. Not everyone's on Twitter. We need to tell every single person what happened. I met a 16-year-old kid today in Canton, a high school junior. He had no idea any of this was going on. We make nice little cards now. Turtle Runner made a QR code for us where you can just go and watch the framed video on YouTube. And we just gave it to him. He was in shock. He had no idea that there's a couple people in his town walking around who done killed someone. And now we educated people today, and that's what we're doing every single day. We're educating people about what happened in Canton on the morning of January 29th, 2022, inside, not outside of 34 Fairview Road at the home of Brian and Nicole Albert. They left poor John O'Keefe out there dying. He was still alive, like trash, And Jen McCabe Googled how long to die in cold because she was inconvenienced by it. She's like, how long to die in cold? Oh my God, what, he just died already? How long to die? Ask Jeeves, how long till this guy just dies and I can move on with my life and then Carrie can be blamed for it. That's how evil and twisted and diabolical she is. And then she went home to her 4 kids like everything was normal. And they keep talking about, I was standing outside of C.F. McCarthy's today. I feel like I know every single thing, every minute of what happened in C.F. McCarthy's. I know how many drinks Karen had in there, how many she ordered, I know who was there, I know how long they were there, I know who they were talking to, I know all that stuff. The police did a great job. They did a fantastic job of investigating the details of C.F. McCarthy's. But I don't know a damn thing about what happened inside 34 Fairview Road, and no one did until John's Apple Health data showed us that he went up 3 flights of stairs. You know what Michael Morrissey did? Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag, and so are you. You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag if you support Michael Morrissey. Scumbag. Scumbags. Scumbags. Loser. Michael Morrissey, will he show his face? Why is that fat coward hiding from me? Why won't he show his face? He doesn't even go to the hearing meetings because he wants no part of this. His office completely screwed up the Michael Chester murder trial. And they learned nothing from it. Nothing from it.
Auntie Bev sucks!
Auntie Bev is a joke. She's just as corrupt as the rest of them. I wonder what they have on her. I wonder what all these corrupt scumbags all have on each other. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag, and so are you if you support him. Michael Morrissey is a scumbag. You're corrupt if you support Michael Morrissey. He's a joke. He's a disgrace. He's a horrible, evil human being.
Just the family!
He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. And we're not going to stop. Michael Morrissey, what do you say? You guys, you need to stop. This needs to stop. No. I don't like it when you guys talk on Jen McCabe. She's a witness in a trial. And Colin Albert, you need to be nice to Colin Albert. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. And so are you if you support. Yes. What do you say? Was that good or bad?
Good, good.
Oh, it's good. Okay, all right, good. I like you. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes, in the reception I got in Canton today was all positive. Everybody, there was like 1 or 2 people, a couple malcontents, and they all looked the same, don't they? They all looked like burly 45-year-old women who were just angry at the world because they didn't get to marry an Albert. And
There's an Albert for everyone!
there's an Albert for everyone. Unfortunately, there is an Albert for everyone. And the only one who couldn't get one was Jen McCabe. Or maybe she did. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But that family, they thought that they could get away with murder. They thought they were untouchable. And until I heard Michael Morrissey speak the other day, I really didn't understand why. Now I get it. Now I get it. I see just how far they will go. I see just how far they will go to make sure that this innocent woman goes to prison and their scumbag friends don't go to jail. Yes. Justice for John and Karen. Justice for John and Karen. Love it. Love it. Love it. So like I said, I didn't know just how evil this guy was until I actually heard. I'd never heard him talk before. He sounded exactly like he looked, to be perfectly honest with you. He sounds like a guy that has never had a real job in his entire life. Who has gotten by sucking off the public trough and collecting a taxpayer salary, doing nothing all day. It's some sitting there, somebody Yes, justice for John and Karen. We're never gonna stop. We're never gonna stop. I cannot wait for September 15th. Who's coming on September 15th? September 15th. Oh man, watch out. Watch All you're doing is encouraging us to do this more. Michael Morrissey. We're never going to stop. He want to show his face. There we go. Boom! Justice for John. I love it. Okay, so there was I just realized this. Every day you learn something new about this case. Going through the motions, and then it's like, wait a minute. It's not no killing, right? That's what the manual tells you to do. That's what the manual tells you to do. So this is very new party. A lot of people down here. A lot of people. We have some hotel visitors here. Justice for Karen Reed. Yes, absolutely.
We stand behind the blue line, but not the corrupt one.
Not the corrupt, not the murderers. We don't want to murder. You're not allowed to murder. You can't kill people. I know that's a really high bar that we set for you, but you can't kill people and throw them out in your front line. It's a big no-no. You can't do it. So we're not putting up with it. We're not going to be quiet. We won't stop.
We won't stop.
What else was I going to say? That was the most ridiculous speech I've ever. I still can't believe it's real. That's stupid.
What else did he say?
Not a single staffer of his or someone in his office is like, you know what, Mike? You know, I know you've been drinking a little bit, but this is not going to go over well. Why don't we nix this idea? No. They were all like, yeah, let's go. This is going to go over well. This will get them to stop. You just tell them to stop and do it. Michael Morrissey, yes. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Yes. Yes. Free Karen Reed.
Let's go!
Yes. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. If you're in the Twin area, come on down to Hancock's and look at it. Look. We are here to protest Michael Morrissey, specifically because he told us 69. That's exactly why we're here. I really wasn't even planning on coming until he told me not to come. And so here I am, Michael Morrissey. You might not want to, maybe try it again, Michael Morrissey. Make another video. Tell us to stop again. And we know that Michael Morrissey's a scumbag.
Loser!
He's a loser. He's a loser. Loser. They're all a bunch of. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. Right? Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. He covers up the tax killers. Where is he? Why is he hiding? Why is Michael Morrissey hiding? What is he? So we don't fight, Michael Morrissey. We're not close. We don't fight. We're not here to hurt you. We're not Karen Reed's car. We don't leave bite marks on you. You can come out. You can show your face. We're not going to hurt you, but we are going to ask you some questions. We are going to call you out on the fact that you are a corrupt scumbag who is covering up for a house full of tax killers. Oh, they're evil. They're so evil. I cannot wait for them to go down. Have you guys been following the story the whole time? Absolutely. I know a lot. We pick up a lot of people on the way with this, and I love to add people to the revolution. There they are.
Oh, sheriff.
Sheriff?
She had a sheriff sticker, and she's for Karen Reed.
So we're gonna be, is it 5:30 yet? Did they, is it past the time? 5:20. So he's probably been in there, like, they've probably been drinking all day. They've probably been drinking all day, but they're out in the gazebo. Can we see the gazebo from here? We can't? Oh, it's on the side? Hi, Michael Morrissey! I know you can hear me! Michael Morrissey! We're not stopping! You told us to stop, Mike! We got it over! But we decided not to! We decided to come harder! We decided to come harder! Are we ruining your party? I know you want to come here and stuff a bunch of sausage down your gullet. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to make things awkward for you. But we just can't. We can't stand for that, Mike. We can't stand for that. We can't. You need to do your job, Michael Morrissey. And your job as district attorney is to drop the charges against Karen Reed today. Drop the charges against Karen Reed today. And fire Michael Proctor and tell the state police under your direction to arrest the people who murdered John O'Keefe. Instead, you had the balls to go on your stupid video there and tell us to stop being mean to the murderers. But it's not going to happen. John O'Keefe was in that house. It's a fact. It's not a equivocation. John O'Keefe was inside that house. Jen McCabe did Google how long to die in cold at 2:27 in the morning. That is a fact. That is not observation. That is a fact that happened. Chloe bit John's arm, which means that John was inside the house. That is a fact.
Now, where's the tissue samples?
Where's the tissue samples, Michael? Your office lost those. Does your office routinely lose? I mean, this is so outrageous. Because you know it, Michael Morrissey. How are you going to look when you can't get a conviction for a cop killer? How are you going to look? How is your office going to be? You're going to be 0 for 2. You had 2 cops killed in your county. Michael Chestnut and John O'Keefe. And you're not going to be able to convict either of their murderers because you're incompetent. At least with the Michael Chestnut one, you can blame a rogue juror. But you're going to have to blame 12 jurors when they acquit Karen Reed in record time if you had the minerals to actually go through with this. Because the feds are watching you, Michael Morrissey, and you know why they haven't come down on you yet? Because they're watching you and they're watching that video and they're saying to themselves, Jesus Christ, how far is this idiot willing to go? Let's find out. Let's find out. Because they've talked to Colin. They've talked to Brian Higgins, who's flipped. I'm sure they've talked to Brian Albert, and I'm sure they've talked to Lucky Laughlin. They've talked to all of them. They know what happened. The only reason they haven't come down yet is they're watching you, homeboy. They're watching to see what you're going to do. They want to know, how far is this district attorney willing to go? We know he's willing to cover up the murder of a cop, but is he willing to knowingly send an innocent woman to prison? Because I guarantee you, Mike, the feds are probably on your phones too, and they probably looked through your messages, and they've probably seen something from you that acknowledges that you know Karen Reed's innocent. And they're watching you, and they're like, well, we know that he knows she's innocent. How far is he willing to push this? Let's find out. And like the moron that you are, you just couldn't help yourself on Friday, and you put out that hilariously stupid video and made yourself a national laughingstock. You're going to the documentary, Mike. You're going to be famous. Nobody knew who the hell you were before this outside of Norfolk County. Now the whole world's going to know who you are. Yes. Colin was in. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. Yes. I love it. Yes. Colin Albert was in the house. Colin Albert was in the house. It's a fact, not opinion. Colin Albert was in that house. What kind of kid? Not a 17-year-old punk. You know, likes to go around drinking, partying, stuff like that. It's 12:10. Uncle Brian and the fun people are coming home. The uncles that you hang out with for some reason, they're all coming home. And they walk in and before they walk in the door, Colin's like, you know what, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go study. I gotta go. It's a Friday night. I've been drinking all night, but it's just too much fun.
They don't know what's going on.
So we are here, guys, to protest. If you're unfamiliar, we are here to protest the murder of John O'Keefe, which Michael Morrissey, the district attorney of Norfolk County, is covering up actively. He is covering up the murder of a man, a father, and a police officer. And they are trying to send to jail a woman who has never harmed a human being in her entire life and certainly did not kill John O'Keefe, and they're trying to put her in a box so the animals that did this to him get to keep on living their lives like nothing happened. And not only do they keep getting to live their lives, the district attorney basically acts as their lawyer and goes out of the way to tell us to stop bothering them. Well, we're not. We're not going to stop. We'll never stop. Yes, we like you. You seem nice. Well, Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. But she waved at me, so I don't know. She seemed like Michael Morrissey is a corrupt politician, a corrupt district attorney. He's going to burn in eternal hell for what he's done here. He's a horrible human being. He is evil incarnate. And idiotic Adam Lally is just his stooge. That's all he is. Adam Lally is the stooge. We've all thought that Lally was the bad guy. No, Lally is just an idiot who just needs a paycheck. And so they throw him out there to the room. He reads off his little crayon and notebook piece of paper there, and he reads the script, and he makes a fool of himself, and he gets all the bad rap, and Michael Morrissey does nothing. Well, Michael Morrissey apparently wanted some smoke. He's like, you know what, I'm sick of being left out of this. I'm sick of Adam Lally getting the credit for being the biggest douchebag in Norfolk County. I'm the biggest douchebag in Norfolk County, and I'm going to put out this video proving just that. He was jealous of the negative attention that Lunchbox Lally was getting, and he wanted some too. He wanted a piece of the pie. He was missing out. And so we're here to remind them that we're never going to stop. We are never going to have justice for Johnny Carroll. I love it. Michael Morrissey's a scumbag. Michael Morrissey. Where are you, Michael Morrissey? How's the party going, Mike? How's the party, Mike? We know that you can hear us, Michael. We're not going anywhere. We are never going to stop, Michael. I know that hurts your feelings. I know you want us to go away, but we're doing the exact opposite. We know you can hear us in the gazebo, Mike. We know that this is inconvenient. Oh, look at that. Colin Albert was in the house. I love it. I love it. Oh, they got taillights. We got taillights. Also, we got a murder scene over here. Hold on. We got a murder scene. Don't get the yellow tape out. Whatever you do, do not get the yellow tape out. So we got a murder. Okay. Oh, whoa. What happened here? What happened here?
40, it is 47.
Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. How did we miss that before?
I don't know.
I could have sworn we searched the scene
Snowing.
and there was nothing there.
I
Well,
can't
it
see
just
anything.
suddenly appeared. This happens a lot in this county. Red taillight appears out of nowhere. It's freaking bizarre. Oh man, is that the last one?
That's a lot of
Hey,
stuff.
this wasn't here earlier.
How do you miss that? You don't know this stuff.
This wasn't here earlier.
You told, but Michael Morrissey told you guys to stop. But we're never going to stop. Never going to stop. This is too good. So we're going to keep getting jumping.
Nice job.
Oh boy. Oh boy. But you know, look how bright that is. Imagine that on top of snow. We missed all that. Give me a break. Give me a break.
No way. You missed 45, 46, 47.
Wait, you left a little piece there. You don't want to get caught.
Oh, there's another one. No, that's a chief. Chief found that a week later. I lost a piece of hair.
You don't have a bumper.
Oh, I hope they get these.
So, Mike, just know what Morrissey,
We stood
that
outside
we
the
are
house.
here to tell you. I can get to Quincy, it's not that far. I have a megaphone. You have to call the Quincy police officer to make sure that your fast butt was protected from my question. You were scared of me. You're scared because you're a coward like the Morrissey. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm not going to hurt you. But we are going to expose you. And when this is all said and done, it's not going to be Harry. Why